it seems like one of the important things of the American experiment is this freedom of religion. And one thing that it seems people on the right, the Christian nationalists don't get, that there's this freedom from religion that it seems like they want nothing to do with. That nobody can tell them how to live their lives, but they're supposed to be able to tell everyone else how to live their life. And like, I'm
Yes.
sure these are things you're seeing right now everywhere you go.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and this is really, that question really strikes at the theme that runs through both of my books, The Founding Myth and American Crusade. And I'm going to get up on my soapbox here because this is just one of the truly remarkable things about America is the wall of separation between church and state, right? That concept is, as it's implemented, is an American original. That's an American invention. Yes, the idea was floating around in the Enlightenment, but it was first implemented in the American experiment. Until then, no other nation in the history of the world had sought to protect the ability of its citizens to think freely and worship freely by
Mhm.
separating religion and government. And I think that is something that we can be proud of. And I certainly don't think we should let people undermine it with myths about a founding as a Christian nation. And if you look at the US Constitution, most of the truly original and unique elements of that Constitution are secular. Right? Our Constitution was the first to declare that power comes from gods. Excuse me, that power comes from people, not gods. Right?
Right.
The words "we the people" right there at the beginning, they're poetic, but they're also so much more. Our Constitution was the first governing document not to mention a god or a deity. And it's godless by choice, not by accident. And in fact, there were people in the founding generation who objected to that choice. They were pissed off about it, and they tried to change it and have continually failed. Our
Right.
Constitution was the first to ban religious tests for public office. And that's in Article 6. And that was actually the only mention of religion in the original unamended documents, right before you get to the Bill of Rights. And it bans those religious tests in some of the most clear and emphatic language in a document that's often deliberately vague. So, the Constitution's often, the founders set out there like, we're just going to give you kind of like guidelines, and then you guys go fill in the blanks later on. But not when it
Right.
came to the religious test ban. They said no religious test shall ever be required as a qualification to any office or public trust. No, shall, ever, any. I mean, those are clear, emphatic, strong words. And I will be the first
Right.
to admit that there's a lot that is wrong with our Constitution. A lot. There's a lot that founders got wrong. But those secular foundations are one of the things that made it unique. And they are genuine contributions, not just to political science and thought, but to all humanity. And those contributions are threatened, and they're undermined, and they're under attack by white Christian nationalism.